Alrighty then. As you all know, New Japan continues on with more of the G1 Climax 35. Now, we are going to be focusing on day 9, only focusing on A block matches. So we're going to see how far these guys have come. So the points, you're probably going to see who has the higher points. Most likely the ones who could most likely reach to the top. And then of course day 10 featuring the B block. Now of course, as you know, Gabe Kidd is out of the entire G1, and of course his opponent that he was supposed to face was Ren Narita. So I'll explain a little bit more about that. And as always, we'll cap up our episode with some news updates. We only have 2 developments. One, of course, as you know, we have just begun with Stardom with their annual round-robin tournament, the 5-star Grand Prix. Well, it seems that Aya Sakura refuses to accept her forfeit. I'll explain a little bit more about that and some other development too as well. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J-Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews, not only with promotions from here in Mexico and in the United States, but also in Japan, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere in the world pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, got the Unagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us and click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, enough with the jibber jappers, let's get down to business. So, as I said before in the start of this video, it's all about New Japan Pro Wrestling, continuing with more of the G1 Climax. So let's talk about, of course, with day 9. Day 9 of New Japan's G1 Climax 35. Now we opened up, of course, it's all about the A block. We have Sanada versus Cal Newman. Now, of course, Sanada, as a member of the House of Losers, you know how his deal is. Now, as always, we've seen him how he is when he tries to use his opponents, the Hurt Milano collection, which is a real dick move coming from him. But of course, Newman was trying to ensure it because he had a recent injury not too long ago, tried to take effect on him. And of course, Sanada did do whatever it takes to win, but luckily, somehow, some way, Cal Newman was able to walk away with the win when he applied the Princess Curse, I believe. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, he picked up his next 2 points with the total of 6. So that means he's doing okay for now. And as for Sanada, of course, the idiot, he just remained in 4. And I hope he remains there. Now, our next match, we have Rohei Oiwa facing off the leader of the House of Losers, Evil. Now, of course, we know how Evil operates. He has his two idiots beside him, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm referring to Don Fale, or should I say Idiot Fale, and of course, Dick Togo, someone who needs to give him a punch in the dick. So you know how Evil operates to ensure he gets his win because he thinks that his superiority of wrestling is the true wrestling. What? Yep, that's who he is. But thank God for Rohit Uiwa, he had backup. Hartley Jackson had enough of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So he took matters in his own hands, took out the biggest in the room. And of course, Dick tried to get involved, but out of nowhere, Evil somehow got away with it. Would get applying his next 2 points when he applied his submission move, which is the sharpshooter. And just like that, he is with a total of 8. And I just hope that idiot scumbag Evil never wins the G1. I just hope it. And of course, Rohit Uiwa, I give him a lot of credit because he stood toe-to-toe and Evil and his cronies. So he remained at 6 points. Now, our next match, this one is, I have to say, is a real interesting one. We know that David Finlay, as you know, did not have a good start of the G1, but he has to face against the never open weight champion, which is, of course, Boltin Oleg. Now, we have seen Boltin Oleg, how much he has grown so much as a young lion all the way now as one of the top stars, rising stars we've seen, of course, in New Japan. But this guy is a pound for pound wrestler, amateur wrestler, but definitely he's all about savages because he's a fourth generation savage, just like his dad, his granddad, and his great grandpappy. So you probably can guess how that's going to turn around. But of course, you can say that Finlay tried everything on his playbook and nothing panned out. So he was able to score a pinfall, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, he picked up his next 2 points with the total of 2. Now, if he would have lost this match, he would have been removed out of the G1. But the real question is, can he make it all the way through? It's a very tricky thing, but we'll see where that goes from there. Our next match, we have Yota Tsuji versus Taichi. Now, we have seen Yota Tsuji. He is also a rising star too, and not to mention a former IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. So this is going to be a very tough battle for Taichi because he knows he's not facing a slouch. He's a guy who is willing to go the distance to take his opponent. Taichi, as you know, he has significantly changed ever since Just Four Guys were dissolved with the backstabbing of Doiki getting involved with the House of Losers. But Taichi has grown so much, not to mention one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. We know he can pull it off, not to mention he tried everything in his arsenal to take out Yota Tsuji, and so did Tsuji himself. But Taichi only took one shot, and that shot was, of course, the Black Mephisto. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, he picked up his next 2 points with a total of 6, leaving Yota Tsuji with a total of 8. So we'll see how things will progress. Now, our main event, this is a very interesting one. These two guys have faced off with each other before, Yuya Uemura and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, this is an important match to remember. If you guys remember this, there was a story that Tanahashi was told that he believed that Yota Tsuji will take his place as the ace of New Japan and put him in a lot of pressure. Now, Yuya Uemura has never beaten Tanahashi, so the obvious question is, can he break that curse? And I think that's one of the bigger questions. We know he doesn't have a good track record against Tanahashi, but he was able to unscathe himself, trying to overcome every move that Tanahashi threw at him. But in the end, of course, it was the deadbolt suplex that put away Tanahashi and giving Uemura his next 2 points with a total of 8, tying with not only with himself but also with Tsuji and that idiot Evil. But however, during the post-match promo, Uemura sent a direct message to Tanahashi. He tells him, "Ever since you met me as a young lion, you declared me that I will be taking your place as the ace of New Japan." He told him, "I could never be you. I could never be like you before. But I am determined to take New Japan into the new heights that you couldn't even reach beyond your years. So I'm going to take New Japan all the way to the sun. And that's exactly what he's attempting to do. So I think he's one of those wrestlers that many fans can get behind. But we will see what happens down the road in New Japan. We're still not done with the G1. But right now, we're in fact going to move on with, of course, day 10, focusing on, of course, the B block. So let's get to it. Okay, so we continue with more with New Japan's G1 Climax 35 with day 10. Now, as you all know, Gabe Kidd is out of the G1, so originally for this particular day, he was supposed to face Ren Narita. So, in by forfeit, Ren Narita, as you know, had 6 points. Now that Gabe Kidd is out, that means he has a total of 8 points. And I just hope this scumbag does not win the tournament, which is the last thing we need because, much like Evil, he thinks that his style is more superior. Bullshit. So, you know how that is. So, let's get to it with the first match. Our first match, we have Shota Umino versus Yoshihashi. Now, these two guys, as you probably know, are incredible wrestlers. I mean, Shota Umino is coming off after his trying to rediscover himself after losing to the great Okan. So we've been seeing how much he has changed, but the real question is, can he pull it off? And you look at his opponent, Yoshihashi, former tag champion with the former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Hiroki Goto. Now he is stepping up the game. So the obvious question, how is this going to change? We don't know. But you probably can guess that everybody, both men, threw whatever they had on them in their arsenal. But in the end, it was, of course, Shota Umino that walked away with the win when he applied the second chapter. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. So Shota Umino gained 2 points, so he walks away with a total of 8. So that means he ties up with Yoshihashi in the tournament. So we'll see what happens. Now, our next match, we have Shingo Takagi versus El Phantasmo. Now, as you all know, this is not the first time these two guys have come across each other. If you guys remember, El Phantasmo used to taunt him. This was during the back of his Bullet Club days. He was telling, "Hey Shingo, you're gonna be my daddy." But of course, he lost. But those days are over. El Phantasmo, as you know, had took things seriously ever since he was kicked out of the Bullet Club. But as you can tell, we know that El Phantasmo has picked up some good wins here and 2 wins so far in this tournament. Shingo, he is another story. You know he's a powerhouse. You know he'll throw everything at him in order to stay alive in the tournament. And that's exactly what he tried to do. Shingo applied, of course, made in Japan. He had, of course, Burning Fire, Burning Dragon. But the last move that he was able to apply was the last of the dragons. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, Shingo picked up his next 2 points with the total of 6, leaving El Phantasmo with a total of 4. Now, our next match, this one's an important match. Drilla Maloney versus the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. Now, what I mean is important is because Drilla Maloney is pissed at Konosuke Takeshita because Takeshita stole something from him that he'll never get back, and that is, of course, his opportunity to face Gabe Kidd, who is, as you all know, I mentioned countless times, he is out thanks to Konosuke Takeshita, so he blames him like, "You sorry bastard, you took away my opportunity, I'm gonna break you up." And you know that's what he's determined to do so. But Konosuke Takeshita, we know he's talented, we know what he's capable, but the real question is, can Drilla Maloney put him out? We know that Drilla Maloney can do it, not to mention because A, we know he transitioned from junior heavyweight to heavyweight, so you can tell that's the difference. But however, it was Konosuke Takeshita that walked away with the win when he surprised them with the Raging Fire, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. So Takeshita picked up his next 2 points with the total of 8, leaving Drilla Maloney with a total 8. So that means he, Maloney, Yoshihashi, and Shota Umino are currently tied at the total of 8 points. Now, our next and our main event is the Great Okan versus Zack Sabre Jr. Now, we know Great-O-Khan is determined to reach to the top. But as you probably know, if he's unsuccessful to win the tournament, most likely he can cash in an opportunity to the to challenge for the IWGP World Title against, of course, Zack Sabre Jr. But of course, Great-O-Khan, you know he's determined to win. We know Zack Sabre Jr. has the capabilities of putting someone like Great-O-Khan down. Not to mention, Great-O-Khan even applied the Eliminator on him, but it was no effect to him no matter what he tried to do. I mean, he tried to put him down by using it over and over. But the only thing that Zack Sabre Jr. tried to do is to outmaneuver the Eliminator in every way possible. Tried to put him into the ground to ensure he stays there until he finally had the opening that put him in a submission and forcing Great-O-Khan to tap out. So that means, as you know, Zack Sabre Jr. gained 2 more points with the total of 8. And as for the Great-O-Khan, he is also with the total of 8 points. So in a way, we have 6 competitor, or should I say 8, no, 7 actually, stuck at the 8-point mark. So this is going to be a bit more difficult. I mean, you got Ren Narita, you have Great-O-Khan, Zack Sabre Jr., Jill Maloney, Konosuke Takeshita, Shota Umino, and Yoshihashi. All these guys, all 7 men, have 8 points. How in the hell are you going to break this one? So this is going to be a very, very interesting thing. So I can't wait to see it. I mean, the one person who I don't want to advance is Ren Narita because he's a part of the House of Losers. So we'll see how things progress with them. But as of right now, we are done with the reviews with New Japan. Let's end this episode, of course, with some news updates. Okay, so let's get started with some news updates. We only have some developments. Now, as you all know already, we started, of course, with Stardom's annual round-robin tournament, much like New Japan, with the 5-star Grand Prix. However, amongst one of these events, of course, that took place, Aya Sakura was supposed to face Raka. However, due to her poor health, she was unable to participate, and of course, the match had to be forfeit. But, however, Aya Sakura refuses to accept a forfeited victory, so she decided, I want to earn these points, not by forfeit. I want to earn them. So the match with her against Raka is in fact going to take place on the 10th of August. Now, I personally like to say, I don't know if this is a smart move from Aya Sakura, but on the good side of her, I would say I understand what she's trying to do. I mean, yes, do you want to earn points in this matter? Because it makes you feel like you just were handed something instead of earning them. And I get that. I get what she is trying to do, and I don't blame her. But the real question is this going to cost her? That's the last thing you probably would need. However, Raka, if she does defeat Aya Sakura, she could even challenge her for the Sendai Girls Junior World Championship. That's something we know it could happen. But we'll see where that leads. Now, as you all know, Orange Cassidy, or as we know him as Freshly Squeezed, has been out of action for quite some time. Chris Van Vliet has been asking when his return is going to be. His response? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. That's what he told him. Yeah, whatever. You don't know when he's going to show up. There's no timetable with this guy. He'll show up when it's right. So it's like, whatever. So we'll see what happens. I can't wait to see Orange Cassidy. I can't wait what he's going to do. So stay tuned for that. But as of right now, we are officially done with everything. So let's call it a day. Right. Now, as you all know, well, if you guys can tell from the background behind me, yes, I'm in the hotel room of course, at another place. So fortunately, I will not be releasing another video the following day. Well, I will be releasing this on the following day, but truth to be told, I don't know how things will go. I'm considering trying to catch up with the start of events. There was one that I might have missed and I never got the chance, and of course there's the Cork and Hall, and of course the start of the 5-star Grand Prix. I want to catch up with those. I am behind on Marigold. I am behind on On Sandai Girls, I'm behind in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I want to focus on every event from the Yoshi Wrestling scene. So I might have to do that, and I might have had to skip out on certain events as we go, but we'll see where we go from there. Because I really want to catch up to those. So as of right now, we'll leave it as that. But until then, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye, mwah, and have a nice day. Bam.